Hi, it's Dana, and welcome back to Coaching in the Car, where we talk about being an instructional coach, and we talk about it from my car. Today, we're going to talk about my journey to becoming an instructional coach. And if I'm honest, I don't know if it was a difficult road or a glamorous road, but it was just my pathway. We'll talk about my pathway to becoming an instructional coach. So I started out teaching, and if I'm honest, teaching was never in the forefront of my mind. I grew up with an educator as a parent, and I just never thought I would be an educator. I was like, no, I'm not going to teach. I saw what an educator looked like firsthand. However, when I finished school and I finished with a math degree, and I was like, what am I going to do? It was suggested that I try teaching, and I tried it, and I loved it. I can't say it came natural, but just being with the children, being with the kids, the students, and experiencing them and learning and growing, it was just great. So I started in middle school math, 7th grade. I remember it. It was a connections course is what we call it. It's like an elective. That's what I did first. And then I moved into 7th grade math. From there, I taught for a while. Some things happened logistically, and I found myself teaching 4th and 5th grade math at an elementary school. That was really hard for me. Really, really hard to transition from middle grades down to elementary. And if I'm completely honest, that was when I needed an instructional coach. I needed someone like me now to help me, to guide me through not the math of math, but more so working with elementary students, working with the elementary curriculum, and just being in an elementary school. I really could have used a coach. So needless to say, elementary school was a struggle for me, and I found myself very unhappy. And so I had the opportunity to go back to middle school in the middle of the year while I was teaching elementary, and I was elated. I ran. I got there. I started teaching 7th grade again, and I was home. I was home, and I felt great. I learned so much. I grew as a teacher, learning new instructional strategies, learning new ways for behavior management. It was just a great experience. I spent 10 years there just kind of hanging out. But then I got restless. I got like, I'm not happy. And it wasn't that I wasn't happy with what I was doing. I was ready for something different, ready for more. And so I thought, well, maybe it's because I need to go to a different grade level. So I went to high school. And if you're a high school teacher, shout out to the high school teachers. Oh my goodness. High school is where it's at. I fell in love with high school. However, that is where I met my very first instructional coach. In our district, we call them academic coaches, but that was my very first introduction. And guys, it was not a good one. If I'm honest, I felt like this person was spying on me. I felt like this person was just, why are you always in here looking at what I'm doing? I just wasn't comfortable. It was just a really bad experience. And not to talk bad about the coach, I'm talking about my experience. And a couple things could have helped that situation. One, the coach never talked to me about her goals. her goals for me, like why she was there. There was never a conversation of what were my instructional goals or what did I want to accomplish and how she could help me accomplish those. There was no invitation. It was just, go see this teacher because she's new to the building. And don't get me wrong, there are teachers that are new to your building as coaches that do need your services, that do need your help. But I've been in the game for like over 10 years at this time, and I'm like, I felt like the support she was giving me was not the support I needed or the support I wanted. So that experience was not good. So I ended up leaving the school and going to another high school, and I applied to be a math coach, and I interviewed and I got the position, and I was elated. I was excited. I was a coach. And again, coaching wasn't on my radar, just like teaching wasn't on my radar. Coaching wasn't on my radar. But I'd seen academic coaches. I'd seen the coaches in our district, and I was like, I can do that. I can do that. I want to try that. I tried it and I fell in love. However, the downfall. You do what you experience. So, remember my bad experience with instructional coaching? I did a lot of top-down coaching. I did a lot of that when I became an instructional coach because that's what I thought they did. What I saw was what I thought they did. And I lived in the role of resource provider a lot. If you haven't seen my video on the 10 roles, the roles of instructional coaching, then I will link it up below. But I found myself in that position a lot as a coach. But I grew. I started reading. I was introduced to Jim Knight. Have you read Jim Knight? You haven't. Coach, what you waiting on? Go get one of his books. He's like the guru of instructional coaching, and he is amazing. He changed how I coach. Just from reading his books and working on my coaching endorsement and being in trainings about coaching, I have grown so much from my first year of coaching of top down to more of a collaborative coaching style. I want to know what my teachers want. I want to know what it is that you want to accomplish and how we can accomplish that together. And we make a plan together and we set that plan into place and we sit and we talk. And how's the plan going? Do we need to change the plan? Do we need to change execution? What do we need to do? That's how I coach now. I have grown so much as coaching, and I can honestly say that teaching and coaching is my heart. It's my heart. My heart. I love it. I love coaching. And I am just so glad that I got the opportunity to be a coach. And I'm so glad that I'm here sharing with you my experiences. So honestly, that's my journey. It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't a struggle, but that was my journey to instructional coaching. So let's talk about it in the comments. How did you become an instructional coach? Little abbreviated version. Let's talk about it in the comments down below. I thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my journey, my road to instructional coaching. And if you want to know more about my journey, check out that blog post. I will link it in the description box below. And we'll talk and coach again soon. Bye.